So the repair that you are going to see in this video was done by a gifted craftsman whose name is Pete Monopoli, Monopoli, whose address is here below in Tarpon Springs, Florida. The man can build gas tanks, anything that has to be welded, he can do. He took me on, put me in front of a bunch of customers because I'm not going to be available in the next 10 days to get the vehicle back, the boat, if I had left it there. So he did me a major favor. And in this video, you're going to see a craftsman at work. And so I hope you enjoy it. And I hope that before you should attempt this yourself, if you have experience in welding, you follow the skill that's outlined in this video, or you get somebody like Pete. Enjoy the video. So if anybody has a pontoon boat and he needs a repair on the pontoon, I'm at the best guy in South Florida, who just out of his goodness took me at the last minute. Had an incident with my boat. Don't want to get into it because it's aggravating. But anyway, the incident revealed that I had a hairline crack in one of the pontoons. And I'll just show you the other pontoon. I don't get things fixed by just anybody. In fact, I don't like cheap prices. I find that cheap prices come with substandard service. So if you're the type of person who likes cheap prices, you are getting substandard service for the most part, not in every case. On retail items, you'll get good stuff. But on service, there's a reason why you're paying cheaper prices. And it's usually because of the experience that the people don't have, which is what causes folks to charge less money for the services that you will pay more for the folks who have more experience. It's just the way it is. The fellow who is doing the work is, I'll give you the address, but he's in Pinellas County, Florida. At one point, he was backed up 13 months. Can you imagine waiting for a boat repair, for a repairman for 13 months? But a lot of his customers have two boats. And so Pete's the only guy they go to. So Pete lets me, on the subsequent part of the video, I'll introduce you to him. But if anybody has a boat they need repaired, like with welding repairs, this is the guy to go to. So the boat was made in Hudson, Florida. And it's made for salt water, okay? And so this is the other pontoon. They ground out a little crack. And so they're gonna weld that piece. There was a hairline. So they drill a hole on each side of the crack to prevent it from spreading. Just like you see in cement, they put expansion barriers.
Ah, damn it. Oh, that bitch.
You see this angle here, right? So this is for if you go over some rough terrain or you sand the boat going up against sand. It protects the pontoon. But on the other one, there was more of a space between the angle and the pontoon. In fact, you could put a lollipop stick through it, which is what the fellow did. So he cut that off, and the piece is right there in the center of your screen. He cut the end of it off because it was flexing, ever so slightly. Flexing. You see, in the middle of your screen, you see the cut off piece of angle. Well, toward the front, and the piece that you see cut off, was a gap. And apparently that gap was causing a flexing between this point and the point over here on the opposite pontoon. And it was stressing here. And there was this, he did a dye test on it with red dye and saw the little crack. And so what they do is they drill on both sides of the crack to stop it spread. And now he's just filling it in. He's going to check for leaks now, but that is probably the finished product right there. Look at how beautiful that looks. He's filling up the back of the pontoon. On the back of the pontoon are these little outlets for air. And they are right here. You see that plug, nylon plug? And so he's checking for leaks.
Well, you're all good.
Good?
No bubbles.
Beautiful.
Perfect.
So on top of that suds test, he's doing a dye test. The dye test will show more clearly any crack. Hard to explain, but they explained it to me. It's a much more reliable test.
I just gotta let it.
So he has in his hand a solvent that consists of like powder. Now the solvent dries and the powder somehow comes out of the crack. When he wipes the salt down, if there's a crack, the powder will show in the area that's leaking. This is why it's more reliable than the suds test with soap. And so he was sure that there was no leak, but he wanted to do this as an extra just to safeguard the integrity of this repair. So if you see that angle, that's the bottom piece there. It's not necessarily part of a pontoon, but it's there for protection. He's now going to reinstall that end of the angle, which he removed, in order to reveal the problem. These guys are master mechanics. Isn't this amazing? Look at this beautiful boat. So he's cutting the piece that he needs. Wow, you're capping that off?
Yeah, because I'm gonna seal this up.
Yeah.
This right here, I'm gonna weld this all off. So then when I weld this piece in, this will all be sealed. So if there was ever any leak in there.
So Maxwell is going to help out and hold this in place because he knows something about welding, which I don't.
You all set, bud?
Can I get your cabinet corner?
Right there. You got it?
Yep.
All right, buddy. That's it. Hold on.
Alright, you want to use email hammer?
I'm gonna get. Yeah, please.
You're on the club.
Huh? I know. Thanks. See what you get right here?
Let's see.
I gotta trim this up, but this is the angle you're gonna have. I'm gonna follow the contour of the hull. Is that all right?
Yeah, of course.
You know, all right.
So he cut the end piece, but he bent it to follow this contour, so he didn't have to fill too much of this in to avoid something he called hot shortness. He said it could blow a hole in there if it heats up too much. So instead of filling in, he contoured it according to this. You'll see when we get the piece in place. just fastens it to free up the other guy helping him. I guess that's called tack welding. And now he'll fill this all in, making this look nice. Look good. All right, man. Why'd you leave that little hole there? Just
Why?
yeah.
Just that's my final check.
Okay.
I didn't.
So now that there's no leak, he's going to fill up that little hole, and we are done. Then he's going to do a pressure test on the other pontoon. We are done. We are finished. Look at that. Look at that job. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful? Okay. And that's what it looked like. I like the new part better. I like it. Okay, thanks for watching.